Hey, what's up, Leo? Welcome to this timeless general tarot reading. As per usual, all typical disclaimers are assumed, and all non-typical disclaimers are asserted. I am not liable or responsible for you misusing the truth imparted in this reading to your detriment. With that being said, make sure to check the timestamp below to skip forward to points in the video where the cards actually drop for you. I have noticed so far that despite the number of views I'm getting on some of my videos, the total view duration is quite low. And I've heard that from other tarot readers as well, that it doesn't always, viewers aren't always there for the entire message, which is kind of weird. So, despite that fact, I'm not interested in sacrificing my authentic style of doing these readings, where I make sure that I give Spirit plenty of time to give a clear message. I'm not interested in doing any hasty forms of shuffling or card drawing to so since we have your strength here, I guess I can pull this out for you. So that's kind of interesting for you. That's like, this is like one of the first good positive starts to a read I've had in like almost all of my readings. Somebody's got inner strength that actually allows them to be a wholesome leader, not just a toxic leader, which has been plaguing a lot of the other readings. And that actually creates the ability for you to, we even have the King of Wands here trying to come out. And this is all fire energy. Leo is fire, the Emperor embodies Aries, which is fire, and then you got the Four of Wands, which is fire, so already off to a great start here for this read. It's more of a, there's not really, this is really more of a validator. It's just suggesting that there is, in fact, a strong leader who has found their interpersonal stability. So they've managed to find some kind of stability among others, which is a good sign for a leader, because a lot of the other reads have had leader cards in the reverse, which implicates toxic leadership. And a lot of times that leadership is toxic because the leader does not actually have this inner strength. So that's very interesting how you've already emerged in this reading with plenty of fire. So I'm happy to see that whomever this is has decided to show up for this reading, because so far my readings have been very negative to a certain extent. They have been about character flaws that need healing in order to achieve a greater life for whomever the reading is for. But in this instance, you've actually managed to start off under the implication that you are already, in fact, in a good place. That you are already embodying your own inner strength, and that you are already proving to be a source of stability for other people through your leadership. So, but then as soon as I say that, we get King of Swords in reverse. And the thing off the top of my head is that this could be a rival who is jealous of a lesser rival, who is jealous of the fact that you have found that and they haven't. And because they're stuck in that envy, they found themselves in negative toxicity. And they are, to a certain extent, jealous of your inner power. They're jealous of your quality. They're jealous of the fact that you're the Emperor in the upright, and they're just the King of Swords. Which isn't very becoming for a king, but it's got this king in the doldrums, so this simply speaks to some kind of rival. who is... It kind of goes to speak that even within your court, and even within your inner world, there's still the potential for people on the outside looking in to not have your best intentions at heart and not find it. They're not managing to find positivity in the fact that that your life is good. And that, of course, is not good for them. I'm not sure what this moon card is exactly trying to insinuate here. It signifies illusions, things not as they appear, a lack of intuition to a certain extent, an overemphasis on like material mentalism to determine what truth is, as opposed to getting down to a more intuitive notion, which if you have found your inner strength as the Emperor, and you're succeeding as the Emperor in the upright, you have that intuitive capacity from within you activated properly to a certain extent. So it's like, whomever this King of Swords is, they are perhaps too absorbed in their mental energy, and they're losing the ability, or they've lost the ability, or they never really cultivated the ability to embrace their intuition properly, and that's kind of part of what's got them stuck. So with all of their effort, when they see you like effortlessly making the difference and having your way and everything, like it just leaves them in a, I mean, I can kind of sympathize with them being stuck in a dark place, because, you know, according to culture, all you have to do is work hard and you get things, and it's just not the truth. Some people put in so much effort and they try so hard and they don't actually get stuff. And when those people see like this other method of like effortless inner power taking effect, it really hurts. It really hurts, and it really it really just like shatters your worldview to an extent, like, and it can definitely the best thing I can say for it is hurt. And if this King of Swords hurts, then they're gonna find themselves in toxicity, so they may like resort to some petty gossip behind your back. They may be toxic about you. Stuff like that. Like, I mean, that's kind of essentially as clear as this message is suggesting here. Like, it's pretty straightforward, in fact. And you're already at 8 minutes, and it's actually managing to be pretty straightforward. Much better than the last Leo reading, which was like, it took forever to get any cards out, and then once the cards came out, it was like kind of toxic. So in this instance, it bodes well for you that your success is generating haters. So lucky you. Most of the other readings have had issues where the viewer has like got something that they've got to work on, and that they're stuck in some kind of negative pattern. But this is suggesting that you, in fact, are embracing your natural inner Leo strength, and it is paying off for you. And that probably already has paid off for you. That you're a leader that's respected, that you are somebody that people cherish, that you are confident in your ability to have stability with yourself and your family and your court, so to speak. So I feel bad for this King of Swords. I can see where they're coming from. It's never gonna work out for them, though, being stuck in that mentalism. But this natural inner strength of the Leo is just not natural to everybody. So like, it's just a strange instance where like the world insists that hard work makes the difference, and that like diversity of ideas makes the difference, but it's kind of not the truth. Like, you've got to work from the right place, and you've got to be doing the right things. You can't just work really hard on whatever and find success. And that's sort of what you're embodying here, is that you have the strength to, like, you got the proper inner fortitude to do the right things at the right times, and it's not always about effort. Okay, so now we even have the Tower in reverse, clarifying the Moon reverse, or the Moon and the King of Swords reversed. So that's unfortunate for this King of Swords. They're just they're just, not only are they stuck feeling bad like this, but they're resisting the change that could possibly pull them out of it. So like, they're stuck in a vicious cycle. So I'm not sure who this King of Swords is. I'm rather sure you're the Emperor in this particular instance, with the Strength card clarifying you and the fire energy of the Emperor clarifying you. And this King of Swords, though, needs to... they're going to have to really take a different approach. Because they're really trying to stand on ground that's not stable. For whatever reason. For many of the reasons I stipulated, that it's like... culture probably groomed them into thinking that was what they were supposed to do. So like, their entire, like, very likely their like entire life habit of yeah, I mean, here we go again. They are, to a certain extent, getting called to overcome their emotional apathy so they can overcome the sorrow, which is basically what I was saying here. And it's more or less what I was suggesting. So I'm getting plenty of clarifiers here for you. I'm not sure why this message is actually pretty simple. It's kind of like, it's validating your own power, and then it's kind of warning you about this King of Swords, that they aren't in a good place with themselves necessarily. They're in toxicity due to their inability to embrace a different quality of utilizing their own like internal capacity, and they're resisting that notion of changing. They're fighting with their mentalism to validate that style. And I'm even getting, I keep getting the same message here for this King of Swords. They are really, really stuck in their way. And it's not even making them feel good. So they're really getting stuck in their jealousy about you. And once again, it's not exactly that they're jealous about you. You're just the outlet of which that validates their jealousy. But they're always going to be stuck if they do that. They're always going to be resisting the change that they need. They're not going to be embracing the qualities that make you who you are and embody your inner strength. And dang. They are just never going to feel good. And they're always going to be toxic. So, clarifier after clarifier after clarifier here. I don't know what Spirit wants you to do. I don't know if they want you to do anything. Maybe just understand where this king is coming from. It might not even be the same king, but like, this is insinuating, these double kings reversed, that they are like, their mentalism and their emotionalism are both toxified because of this. Like, I would hate to be this King of Swords. I would hate to be this ruined in myself. Especially when you just like, things just come like effortlessly for you. I know with me personally, like, it's one reason why you can't be disappointed when other people succeed. But as a logical King of Swords, like, they're going to mill over it all in their head, and they're going to quantitatively make decisions and make judgments, pass judgments, on like how quote unquote fair things are, but they are being called to, they're really being called to overcome that and embrace a different quality within themselves. So I'm not sure if you have the capacity to help them out with this. I don't know if they're even willing to listen to you. They're very resistant here. They're extremely resistant. And they're very toxic. So it's not like you want that overflowing into your stability. So maybe you are just not, maybe to a certain extent you just don't understand them at all. Like, maybe from your perspective it's super simple why they're like this, and maybe that has caused you to like not sympathize with them. And perhaps that's what part of this is for, is a message for you sympathizing better with their position, because like I've explained to you, it doesn't come this effortlessly for everybody. Obviously everybody wants to be here. Obviously everybody wants this inner strength, stability, and effortlessness in life to accomplish these things. There are plenty enough reasons in 1+1 why not everybody gets to that place. So I hope that this message meant something to you. I hope it resonated for you. And congratulations on being like my first read so far over these last few days, where like it's not really anything about you that needs to get worked on. You're like the first read here where you're in a good place. All of my other reads, for almost every single other read, whomever the read was regarding, there was some kind of internal toxicity within themselves where they had to overcome that. So you are proving to be in a place that's, you're basically the best place of any of my viewers so far, and that's really cool to see. But the universe has a balance for that, and that's people like this over here who are going to be envious, and they're not going to understand why it works out for you so easily and stuff like that. So like, without ruining your own stability, having some sympathy for them might be able to help them dislodge their issues. Don't just assume that there's something wrong with them, so to speak, because they don't do this. This isn't as effortless for everybody as it appears to be for you. So don't discount them so easily that they're not struggling for valid reasons, because they are to a certain extent. And it's really got them muddled. This is extremely muddled. Besides for this 5 of Cups, that's like the only sign they've got that they could possibly overcome this emotional apathy. Everything else here is just pointing to them being completely trapped in whatever this is for them. And unfortunately, like, it seems like your success and your effortless ability to achieve and be happy is part of what's got them hung up. So that's it. The message couldn't be clearer. This is like 6-7 clarifiers upon this point, so I think I'm going to leave it at that. Alright, Leo. Thanks for being here, and I'm glad to see that you've got your shit together. It's awesome to see. So, thanks for being here, and take care.